Have you found yourself stuck in a toxic relationship? If you are neglected, abandoned, or abused, and still feel like you cannot leave the cycle, you might be experiencing a trauma bond. A trauma bond is an emotional connection that forms between the victim and an abuser. When you're abused and it's followed up by affection over and over again, this dynamic has enormous power to grab onto your heart. When you are constantly exposed to this kind of manipulation, you try to hold on to any sign of love that you might receive, ultimately leading you to become obsessed with the relationship. This bond is so strong that it makes it difficult to leave. But here's the thing, you can learn to love and be loved differently. Today we will give you a step-by-step structure to avoid being involved in that negative cycle.
Step 1. Recognizing abuse. Abuse can take many forms, but it is crucial for you to see it as it is. Physical abuse, of course, is easy to see, but emotional manipulation can be more subtle. Like in gaslighting, they make you question your reality or make you doubt yourself, and that is how they maintain control. Other forms of abuse include verbal abuse, such as name-calling, insults, and threats. Another one is emotional abuse, such as intimidation or isolating you from your loved ones or blaming you for their behavior. And another one is sometimes economic abuse, which is controlling your finances to limit your independence. Abusers use denial, minimization, justification, and blaming to protect themselves and avoid accountability. And when they shower you with apologies and promises to change and sweet gestures, that is called love bombing. And love bombing is not an act of love, it's actually a tactic to manipulate you emotionally. When this affection phase happens, the adrenaline and the excitement that you feel might make you think this is like the greatest love. But don't be confused. This does not cancel the abuse and the neglect that they're doing. And this phase is happening because they're purposely doing it to make you stay and put up with this all over again. So again, it is important for you to recognize the abuse as it is and not be confused by love bombing.
Step 2. Staying strong. You have been hooked on someone that is not giving you true love. That is hard to admit. Part of you does not want to acknowledge the wrong treatment that you've been receiving. You are going to experience fear, hurt, and shame. Staying strong will be tough, so keep telling yourself that you're meant to thrive, not survive. You have to fight the attachment to the thought that your partner will change or somehow things will improve. It's so essential to remember that it takes two to form a trauma bond. This is not your fault, and there's nothing wrong with you because this was your defensive mechanism. But remember, you can take control of the situation and stop contributing to it. Something magical just isn't gonna happen. You're the one that's going to have to make the change.
Step 3. Building support. Find someone you can be honest with about what you're going through. Friends and family that you can trust could be a strong support system throughout this process. Also, considering a therapist is a great option because they have the knowledge and experience to provide a safe place for you to untangle trauma and process your emotions and develop coping mechanisms. Just having a connection outside of the relationship can ease the pressure of having a sense of belonging that you had solely with your partner. That being said, joining a support group is a great option too. A support group gives you a place where you can openly talk about your experience and listen to what others have gone through in similar situation. That alone can help you realize you're not alone. And this will help you envision the version of yourself outside of a trauma bond, especially when you might have the fear of letting go of it. Plus, experiencing and practicing having a non-toxic kind of relationship can make it much easier for you to handle and face the toxic behavior.
Step 4. Practicing good self-care. Self-care is crucial to bringing back your sense of self-worth and inner peace. To rebuild a healthy mindset, prioritizing activities that nurture your self-worth and well-being is the key. You have been tangled in negative beliefs, So you will be teaching yourself the opposite. Approaching this from an emotional and physical perspective is key. Honestly, you might even have a hard time figuring out where to start because your needs have been neglected for so long. If that is the case, the first thing you can do is to make a list of things that spark joy within yourself. Pursuing hobbies, interests, and goals that bring you fulfillment can boost your confidence and sense of purpose. Make sure there's something that makes you happy and not something to satisfy other people's needs. As an effect of the trauma bond, it's expected for you to feel guilty just for prioritizing your wants and needs. When that happens, just give yourself permission to go and do it. Positive self-talk and affirmations throughout this whole process are essential, especially while you're trying to break free of that trauma bond. Self-compassion is necessary because it is an emotional approach to building a healthy habit of great self-care. Here's some examples of nurturing activities that you can use for yourself. Exercising, journaling, listening to music, going for a walk, taking care of your hygiene, going for lunch with a friend, or engaging in a hobby that you just really enjoy. Even relaxation practices like yoga, meditation, or even just getting a good night's sleep can do wonders for your mental health. Good self-care helps relieve stress and encourages you to learn to rely on yourself for your own comfort, rather than turning to an abusive partner.
Step 5. Take practical steps for independence. If the abusers refuse to change, your safety and well-being must be the priority. And if that's the case, leaving a toxic relationship is the right choice for you and the other person. Don't fall into the trap of thinking you're selfish or you have commitment issue. Running away from a problem that you cannot fix is an act of self-protection and self-love. Nothing is more courageous and smart than that. So in case you decide to leave, try to have a support system to make the transition as smooth and drama-free as possible. First, you can talk to a friend or family who can help you find a place to stay, and after that, gaining financial independence is another important step. For that, start by getting your own bank account if you don't have one yet, and just start putting some money away when you can. While you're doing this, organizations specializing in abusive situations can help budgeting and create financial strategies as you plan for economic independence.
Remember, this journey takes time. Be gentle with yourself, celebrate small victories, and never hesitate to seek support. You deserve to reclaim your life and rediscover your strength and resilience. All 5 steps are essential to laying that groundwork for healing and building relationships built on trust, true love, and respect, including the one with yourself. To learn more on how to have a happier, healthier relationship, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to our channel, and hit that notification bell so you won't miss any of our future content.